Hi everyone. So the next thing we are going to see is the congenital infections. So the first disease is congenital toxoplasmosis. As the name suggests, it is caused by toxoplasma. So how it is transmitted? It is congenital. It can be transmitted by the transplacental route anytime, and during this transmission, the mother can be asymptomatic. The infective form is the techizoids, and with the age of gestation, the chances increase, but the severity decrease. Okay, so what are the clinical manifestation? There is a triad of congenital toxoplasmosis, and the triad is chorioretinitis, hydrocephalus, and intracranial calcification. So, how can we remember this? We can remember this. So, the name is congenital toxoplasmosis, which is CT. So, you can remember this. First of all, from C, we have chorioretinitis, and then from T, we can remember it as HIT, HIT. Hydrocephalus, intracranial calcifications, and T for toxoplasmosis. So, C for chorioretinitis, and then HIT, hydrocephalus, intracranial calcification, and toxoplasmosis. So, of the age second to third decade in the life, eyes can be involved when the cysts rupture, and it can lead to repeated abortion and infertility. How do we diagnose it in the laboratory? The antenatal diagnosis can be done by ultrasonography for detecting the lesions. We can also do PCR and isolation of the amniotic fluid sample. Then the postnatal diagnosis can be done by isolation of parasite at the time of delivery and antibody detection by ELISA and IFA of mother and newborn. PCR can also be done, and to detect chorioretinitis, fundus examination can be done. The treatment is to give oral pyrimethamine and sulfadiazine with folinic acid daily for 1 year. So, this is a treatment of congenital toxoplasmosis. So, the mnemonic for this can be a statement in Hindi. इन congenital toxoplasmosis हमें सर से पैर तक fully ठीक करना है. तो from sir we have sulfadiazine, from पैर we have pyrimethamine, and fully ठीक करना is folinic acid. So this was about congenital toxoplasmosis. The next disease we have is congenital rubella syndrome. It is caused by rubella. So in this also, there are two type of the clinical manifestation. First is a permanent, then we have the transient. In the permanent congenital rubella syndrome, we have a triad of ear defect, of ocular defect, and cardiac defect. So it's congenital, so CO and then E. We can skip N and G to COE, cardiac, ocular, and ear defect. In cardiac defect, we have PDA. In ocular defect, we have salt and pepper retinopathy. In ear defect, we have sensory neural defects. Then we have in the transient congenital, we see hepatosplenomegaly, bone lesions, and blueberry muffin syndrome. So, what is blueberry muffin syndrome? It is thrombocytopenia plus petachia. So, after that, how do we detect it? In neonates, we can detect IgM, and after 9 months of age, we can detect IgG. So, what happens in the neonate when he or she is born? There are no antibodies, and IgM cannot cross the placenta. So, if it is present, means there is an infection, and till 9 months, mother's IgG are persistent. So, we can detect them after 9 months for the infection. We can do reverse transcriptase PCR. After that, how to prevent it? By universal immunization of all the women of reproductive age group and children of 1 to 14 age. After that, we have cytomegalovirus infection. It is caused by CMC, okay, cytomegalovirus, and it is transmitted by close person to person contact, and the most common is oral and respiratory spread in transplacental. So, this cytomegalovirus infection can be seen in four types based on whom they are infecting. First, if it is congenital CMV infection, which is 5 to 10%, we see CMV inclusion disease. In that, there are hearing, ocular, or dental defect. After that, the most common defect is petechiae, hepatosplenomegaly, jaundice. After that, if it is perinatal infection, it can occur during delivery or postnatal. It is mostly asymptomatic, and uh, if the child is premature, it can lead to interstitial pneumonia. In immunocompetent adult, it can occur following blood transfusion, and we see mononucleosis like syndrome. It is similar to EBV, but here heterophile antibodies are absent. In immunocompromised patient, it is known as CMV syndrome. We see fatigue, fever, anorexia, myalgia, arthralgia. Without treatment, it may progress to end organ disease. In AIDS patient, it can lead to chorioretinitis, gastroenteritis, dementia, and disseminated infection. In organ transplant recipient, it can lead to bilateral interstitial pneumonia. And in the patient of heart transplant, it can lead to graft atherosclerosis. How do we detect it? In urine, we see perinuclear cytoplasmic inclusion and intranuclear inclusion, which are known as owl's eye appearance. They can be isolated in the human fibroblast cell line culture. Antigen antibody detection can be done by IFT and ELISA, then PCR. Drug of choice is ganciclovir, and the prophylaxis is also done by ganciclovir. So, this was about the congenital infections.